Bottom side control. Again, I need to establish my base under somebody if I'm in bottom side control, okay? So Scott lays down bottom, all right, typical bottom side. Okay, right now I don't have base, right? Why do I not have base?
Legs are flat, you don't have your frames.
Right, everything's flat. I don't have anything to push off the ground. Right, exactly. I got nothing to push off the ground and create a structure that can carry his weight. Okay? This is why I'm always yelling at people when I see them rolling, get down here and legs going like this. I'm like, you're doing nothing. You're just wearing yourself out. So the first thing I always do in bottom side control, I call it the kickstand. So I didn't have a better name for it, right? So I'm going to take the leg that is opposite Scott, not the close leg. I'm going to take this leg here, and I'm going to bring it up like so, just outside my hip line, and I like to go in the ball of my foot and root it and activate this hip. Okay? Very important that I activate that hip. I don't go here and let the hip lay flat on the ground. So we just learned from guard what happens when our hips flat on the ground. Nothing good happens when both hips are flat on the ground, usually. There's always exceptions to the rule, but in this position, nothing good happens when both hips are flat. So again, opposite leg here, just outside the hip line, ball of my foot. I like to dig it in the mat, and that usually causes my hip to activate. So like my glute is activated right now, and notice how my hip comes a little bit off the mat. So I'm pushing off this, right? So right now, the only part of my body that's driving is this hip, okay? I need to take this whole left side and connect it to the ground, like that, okay? So you'll see one way, you'll see this. If you can get this is a good position, right? But it's hard to get this frame in sometimes. But we'll pretend for the purposes of this part of the teaching that we've got this frame in, okay? I mean, best case scenario, I have this frame in, right? And I like to cup the track here, right? So, leg up, just outside the hip line, root it to the back, which activates my hip, okay? I'm still not transferring any of that energy into Scott, though, because this is not connected. I'm touching, but it's not connected. Why is it not connected? Because there's a lot of slack here, and there's this push off my foot, and like my body's rotating a little bit, but do you feel the pressure coming through here? No, not really. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take up that slack, and I'm going to rotate that shoulder forward a little bit. So now there's no slack there. And it's not just a matter of, when I first started jiu-jitsu, I was taught like, yeah, bug their throat with your forearm, make it uncomfortable. Yeah, that's part of it. Like that's definitely part of it. That's uncomfortable. But I can still not be connected to him and bugging his throat. Because if he just pushes right back down or whatever, like, oh yeah, he just took all that power away, right? So, root the leg, activate the hip, roll the shoulder slightly forward till this frame connects to him, okay? And now I'm going to push off this leg. Notice this whole side of my body is moving to take the weight off of me a little bit, okay? And then from there, we all know escape from here. There I can shrimp, reconnect here, push off of him there, whatever, okay? We've almost all done that escape before, right? But the important parts of it that I find are often glossed over are this connection to the floor and the connection to your opponent, to where you can take the pressure he's putting into you. Does that make sense? If I'm flat on this mat here and he drives pressure into me, oh, it all goes into my chest. Right? We're going to keep that pressure. But if I can adjust myself here, now I have base. Why? Why do I have base now? Connection with the floor, and what's that doing? And a connection with him, and what's all that doing? It's allowing me to do what? Absorb the pressure he's putting into me. So here we are. Okay? Scott puts the pressure in. I can't get this arm in, right? What am I going to connect to him with? Same thing. I'm going to roll that shoulder forward. Okay? I can't get this arm in. There's no way. Go ahead. Can't get this arm in. I can't get it in. If I expose it like this by flaring my elbow, I know what Scott's gonna do. He's gonna murder me by breaking my arm, right? So I put the pressure on, right? I'm going to, oh, now he's got the shoulder justice. Makes it, go ahead, makes it even worse, right? Connect, activate that hip. Roll that shoulder forward. Now my shoulder is what's connected to him. Whatever part of his body, I don't care, all right? Now I can shift. Go ahead, pressure, keep going, keep going, keep going. What I want you to get more than like a cool escape, like I'm not teaching a technique for escape, right? I'm teaching you how to adjust your body, go ahead, pressure, to survive this. Oh, that's more comfortable, right?
I can tell you right now, I don't feel like I have side control anymore. He's gonna, if he can either escape or he's gonna force me to move, which is still creating opportunities for him.
Right.
Like I don't feel in control anymore.
Here?
Yes.
Go ahead, you're in control. He's in control. I don't like any of this. I'm uncomfortable. I'm not out, but I'm a lot more comfortable. And he's gonna be okay?
Yeah.
And he's gonna have to move. And when he moves, there's my opportunity. Okay? And I never give an inch back. What happened when he stood up? What did I do?
Extended your frame.
Extended my frames. What does this frame do? When he pushes into this frame, where's that energy going?
Into the ground eventually.
Into the ground through this foot mostly, and my shoulder some, right? But this foot, I'm not giving that inch back. There's no way in hell I'm giving that back. He moves, I don't go like this again,
Right.
because now I'm back, right? I maintain that connection with him. Okay? So what I want you to practice before we roll, I don't want to take too much time. I can talk forever about this stuff. It's just this piece. Just this. Okay? Flat, no base. Scott puts pressure on me. Okay? Oh, I don't like any of this. Root that foot into the mat. Okay? Take this shoulder. However you connect with him. Sometimes, like, I don't want to mask Scott's face, right? Sometimes it's just here, right? Just a little bit here. And now, as I push off this foot, whole left side of my body moves. I just get to my side a little bit. And you can work whatever escape you want from there. Any questions?